is one of my good friends and coworkers, Christopher the Minister, who will be mentioned a couple more times during this broadcast. But the main reason Devon is here, she had one of my favorite songs of 2023. She has an EP coming out later this month. She's also got some great things like South by Southwest coming up, and we'll talk a little Gibson guitar while she's here, because she is somebody who does play guitar, and I'm hearing a delay in my headphones.
There we go.
Thank you very much. Devon Thompson, welcome to Live, and thanks for coming on.
How's it going?
It's going okay, you know, like anything else. Technology has a way of just kind of...
I know. There's always some issue that happens.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. I'm sure you've done a live show where it's like in the middle of it, it's like, oh, great. Okay. And then you got to kind of play with the audience and kind of go, hey, by the way, these things do happen on occasion.
Always. Yeah. Literally it happened at my last show. So yeah.
Oh God. You got to tell me, you make me feel better. What happened?
Well, it was more so like, when we started during sound check, it sounded great, and then when we played, it was so loud. Like the guitar was so like louder than it's ever been, and I was oh my god, that's so loud. And I had to like adjust my playing, and then it's like, sorry guys, guitar's really loud. And they're like, yeah, it is. Like, bro.
Yeah, it does happen. And these are the things you've learned. I mean, you've been doing this. I mean, you've been playing music for a long time, but doing the live thing, you've been doing it for quite some time now. So you kind of know what can happen and what can't happen with all this. And you just hope that if it's going to happen, don't happen on a big gig, you know?
Yeah, it always does somehow.
Somehow.
It's so annoying. Yeah.
Looking into the background of you, I found something very interesting in an interview you did for a publication in LA. And it rang true with me because I am somebody growing up who dealt with bullying, and you dealt with this. And I find it almost incredible that it's like you were bullied because you're playing music. And I just like, why? I don't understand that.
First I don't know. Yeah. I wish I could tell you. I think I was like honestly at the wrong place at the wrong time, because I think musicians were not like, when I was in middle school was the biggest time when I was bullied for music. I feel like we were too young and musicians were just like not cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then high school, when I joined a band and like all the underground like rock, like alternative indie scene in LA was big. That was cool. But then I was hated on by like a bunch of chicks for doing things. I don't even know.
Right.
But it's made me so tired of like, it's made me so tired of it and so tired of people. Honestly, it really has.
But in a sense, music should have been the escape, but in a sense, it was the trigger, which it had to be difficult to deal with.
Yeah, I hated it. I quit. Actually, I quit in 9th grade. I quit my first year of high school after the bullying from music in middle school, which led me to leave the school I was at, which was an art school for a bunch of rich kids whose parents, like mommies and daddies, are like movie stars and rock stars, by the way, which is insane to me. I was on a scholarship there, and I left that school, and then I quit, and I was like, I do not do music. When I was new to the school, I was like, I don't do that. And then I kind of like found myself again there, and it was inevitable.
Yeah. I mean, so in a sense, does that experience kind of play into maybe some of the angst that's in your music?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a big theme. I'll move past it eventually. I think I already am. But it definitely is a theme, you know, a big theme, I think.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, you are merging this dark ethereal side with a melodic side that creates such power. And then on top of this, you're playing guitar and ripping. So it's like I say to people when I talk about you, badass comes to mind. Major badass, because you're like the triple threat. You have found a way to find your voice, play guitar, which I do want to get into that. And on top of this, make something a little dark seem accessible. I mean, you'll get into the lyrics, but then you hear the music and you're hooked in. That's what So Close did for me. It was like this beautiful melodic song, and I'm sitting there going, well, Amy Mann and Veruca Salt had a child. Oh my God.
Yeah. I could see that actually.
Yeah. And it just works. I mean, but yet I look at a song like So Close and I was like, this is dark. This is kind of dark.
Yeah, it's very.
How do you go there? I mean, in your mind, how when you look back on it, like, yeah, how did I go there?
I think that song happened in Nashville when I was over there. And my primary co-writer and I are very similar. I think we're both just kind of like, I think we're just both kind of dark, like hedonistic characters. So very easy for us to go there. It's like second nature.
Okay.
It does not take effort to go there at all for me, because I have those like, motifs like in my life all the time. So, and so does he. So I think it's very easy for us. But that song is very cool and very special. It happened all in Nashville and it was super, super cool.
It's definitely a cool song. It's definitely one where the guitar riff on top of everything else makes the song. And
I wrote that. Yeah, I wrote that cool riff and over there. It was easy.
That thing gets stuck in your head. And I was telling your manager, Minister, about that, and he's just like going, no, that is a key part of the song. And if it wasn't in it, it probably wouldn't be as great as it is.
Yeah, when we were writing that chorus, I was like, there has to be like there has to be like a tagline thing there. Like there has to be something. And then that's when I like dropped it in there. And I was like playing around and I just played it. And they were like, oh, that sounds good. You should put that in there. You know what I mean?
It works. And this would be the perfect time to give everybody a little bit of sample. It is a part of your new EP, which is called Skin, coming out at the end of the month. This is one of my favorite songs of 2023. So please indulge yourself. Listen very carefully. Chris, get the video ready.
I got you.
You got it? All right, cool. It is time to listen to this. This is Devon Thompson. This is So Close on the A Game. Check it out.
Burns under my that he didn't ever want me anyway. That's okay. 'Cause I tried so hard. And I fought for so long. And I tried so hard. I got what I wanted, nothing more. Crimson, sweet melodies, buried in the ashes, eternal, sweet. Yeah, it's gone cold. The flowers in the garden make a headstone in your memory. 'Cause I tried so hard, and I fought for so long.
And with that, we have a happy ending. That's what you gotta like about the video. It ends up really nice, and it perfectly describes the song too. I mean, I killed him, but he came back to life. Oh my god!
Yeah, it's kind of open to interpretation. It's kind of whatever you want it to be.
Well, I think that's the key with a video too. It's when you create the imagery and let the audience kind of decide how this is going to go. And I get the feeling you're kind of new to the video thing with all this. So when you were shooting that, I mean, was there any trepidation? You're kind of going, well, wait a minute. I like how this goes. This is going to let people, like you said, think about it.
Well, definitely not new to the video thing. I've been shooting music videos since I was like 10 years old.
Yeah, technology. Stupid.
Long time. I was making music videos for my music since I was 10. Like my first music video came out when I was 10. So like I have been doing this for a really long time. However, I do think that my music video concepts have not become so, I guess you could say, outlandish and creative until, this past year.
But you also understand, if you've been doing this since 10, you understand the importance in a sense of how to promote your music through the video, through YouTube and other avenues.
Yeah.
That's an advantage. That's a definite advantage. That makes you very savvy. Not every artist is going to be that savvy to understand all the intricacies that are going on.
Yeah, it's all trial and error, I really think. I'm still learning, figuring everything out.
Oh, absolutely. I think we all are. Whatever we do as artists, whether it's music, acting, broadcasting, whatever the case may be, we're always going to be able to learn something in this whole process, which is, I think, a good thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Devon Thompson's here on the A Game. She is a talented guitarist as well as singer-songwriter. And I found this quote by you. I got to read this because I think this says a lot about women and guitar playing. Because as you said, you don't see a lot of female guitar players because it is so stigmatized and they get bashed on.
Yeah.
Kind of sad, but kind of true. I mean, I think unless you're in the elite category.
Yes. I mean, if you talk about like girls who are like obviously really, really, really good, like shredders, like we're not talking about that. It's very clear. But we're talking about the intricacies of being a good guitar player, period. There's more things that just go into being a shredder. I really don't think, like, honestly, you can teach someone to shred. You can teach someone feel, and you can't teach someone, feel or musicality or, like, even rhythm.
Right.
Like, just has something really cool. Like, you can't teach that. I think that comes from within, and it's not for everyone. So I think that and that's a big thing to do with, like, people are like, oh, you're a Gibson artist. You're not even that good. You don't shred. I'm like, that's not the point of guitar play. That's not the point of guitar playing. And what I do, I'm a songwriter and I'm like music maker. I'm not a guitarist, period. I'm not a session player. I'm an artist.
Right. But you just so happen that you can play guitar and you play it well. Right.
Absolutely. I absolutely can play guitar. I can definitely I play in a trio. I am the only guitar player in my band. So, I get that. I hear that from people and I'm like, okay, well, I would like to see you get up and do what I do because I sing. I'm the lead singer and the lead guitar player. So it's like, it's not easy. However, it's highly rewarding, I think.
Absolutely. It has to be.
Yeah.
I can tell there's that, the confidence, but also that drive to say, hey, listen, if you don't think I'm any good, almost like F you to that, I'll show you. And the funny thing is I watched your TikTok video and you're not afraid to kind of painstakingly show in detail on the guitar what it takes to do certain things. And I think that's great. I mean, you're giving free lessons in a sense.
Yeah, I was definitely doing a lot of like free lessons on the internet, helping people. Yeah, helping inspire people. I think I want to keep doing that. I've really just been promoting music on there to to get new audience, listeners in. Sure. But a lot of people have followed me for tutorials and for help, and a lot of people have picked up guitar from the inspiration of Devon, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I did notice. You were talking about your fingers at one point, and the
Yeah.
it really, you really do and you did a close up how calloused up they get. So
Yeah.
is that really that important? Because does it? I mean, okay,
You cannot
please
have
elaborate.
bare-
Yeah,
Can't have bare fingers. If I started playing on, this is my right hand.
right.
This is my strumming hand. This is my left hand. It's scary. You can't. Oh my God, it's inverted. You can't. Oh, you can't see it.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's there. Literally, like if I put this on a hot pan, you like wouldn't feel it. I wouldn't feel it. If I put this, it would burn immediately.
Wow.
Like this is like there. It's rock solid at the tip,
Mhm.
and it's indented also. You can like there's a divot in my fingers now. It's
Mhm.
not like smooth. It's literally it's like that dip and then like straight, and pretty much all of them because of the playing guitar
Right.
playing. Yeah.
Obviously, sometimes you don't think about these kind of things. You know, I'm
No, I
somebody
don't
who-
anymore.
Okay,
Yeah.
now it's just second nature. It's like, hey, it's in my hand. All right, no big deal.
Yeah. My fingers don't hurt anymore ever.
Right.
Like the only time they hurt is if I play a over 2 hour set on acoustic guitar, with a lot of bar chords. Then it starts to hurt at the end. I can feel it, but my fingers do not hurt ever, no matter like how long I'm playing electric guitar for.
You mentioned acoustic guitar. Does your songwriting process start with the acoustic guitar?
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Always. Not everybody does that. I'd say most artists do, but not. That's why I had to ask. Not every artist is gonna go to the acoustic guitar to kind of create what you're gonna create.
Yeah, I mean, it's opinion based, and like
Mhm.
my opinion is that like if it can't be played on an instrument, then it's not like a. I just don't think it is. Like I really think like the best songs of all time are started on a piano or a guitar or even just vocally. I think that if you can't, and even if it's done a cappella,
Right.
if you can't interpret it and it doesn't sound really on an instrument, I don't know. I'm a songwriter. It's hard to see it done any other way, but there are ways it's electronically done. It's just not my realm.
Chris, I do have a video of Devon playing acoustic guitar. So if we can get that up there, just to give a little sample of, just a little sample of the process. And she shares a lot of this through her social media. So if you're liking the music, please follow her on Instagram and TikTok for sure. Get that going here. This is from Instagram.
Let's see.
Oh yeah.
No volume?
No volume? How dare you?
How dare they?
No.
Click on it. Yeah.
Say let's talk in dirty. It breaks my back when you ask.
And you're very comfortable on that acoustic guitar. You can tell it's like very second nature. There's nothing. Yeah. And obviously that helps. I mean, so
Yeah.
I like to bring that up because it kind of gives everybody a visual of the process, a little bit of, what it takes to do the music. And
Yeah.
you do, again, you're very revealing on your social medias. You want to share that with people. I mean, the feedback I would imagine has been very positive.
It has been very positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been extremely, we really haven't had any negative feedback, like really. It's mostly just been like, I guess just kind of growing things and, like not really a ton of rejection, but like still like not me personally not getting where I want to be exactly, but like no one's saying no, you know what I mean?
Right.
I do think that, there's a lot of secrecy with, the kind of things that artists like do that, and you're allowed to, that's your right to be secret.
Sure.
I just don't need to be. I don't care. Like I have my own personal like things I don't share on there.
No,
but
of course.
I share a lot on there because other people suffer and other people struggle, and I think that it's important. I think it's important to let them know that. You know what I mean?
Right. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm not alone.
Yeah, no, you're definitely not alone on that. Devon, I want to go back to something you were mentioning about the Gibson guitar thing, is you're actually going to be doing something for them as a showcase later this month. So I maybe I don't understand because it almost sounds like there's a backlash that you play Gibson. Maybe I'm missing something because I don't understand that. So if you can elaborate a little bit, I'm trying to get that.
There's not a big backlash. I think if I get more momentum and my name is out there more, I assume I will get more backlash because I'm not your standard like slash shredder. Like, and there are like women who really are like that. That's not the point. I really like a really good example of the type of guitar playing that I think is most admirable is a group called Larkin Poe.
Love them. Oh my God, they are so good.
The best, some of the best musicians I've ever seen, ever of all time. Like they're so good to the fact they will outplay mostly anyone in LA. Anyone. They can outplay anyone. Like the most impressive thing.
I'm glad you said this because there's going to be a big show in Asbury Park here on the Jersey Shore come September, and it's an event called See Here Now.
Yeah.
And I am blown away by the opening acts, and one of them is Larkin Poe, and I'm like going, that's the one I need to see on day 2. I need to see Larkin Poe.
I really want to see them at some point. They're so good. And also they're very grassroots. And grassroots is not popular as much anymore, but it's starting to make a resurgence. So I think that I don't get a ton of backlash for being a Gibson artist. I think I get a backlash for being a like attractive female who plays guitar, period. I think that because I care about fashion and I care about makeup and I care about those things that it automatically like makes me like it automatically makes a lot of men very angry.
Well, again, I think that's crazy because it's like, okay, so you're basically saying to anybody who's giving you flack, it's like going, oh, I can't be a good looking woman and play this guitar this well. What in the ever loving, you know what?
I think the issue is that a lot of women blow up on social media not being very good just because they're pretty, and I understand the frustration of that because like men have to work so much harder. I understand that. However, what am I to do about that? Number one. Number two, me personally, I have worked so hard. There's a ton of skill that goes into what I do. Like into no one, you can be a guitar player and be a great guitar player, but to front a band, to sing and front a band and play lead guitar and rhythm guitar in one, no one talks about how hard that is. That's why you don't see a lot of trios, because it's hard.
Right.
It's not easy to sound good as a trio. I don't see a lot of women trios, like woman fronted trios because of that. Like I don't. So I think people get mad. I don't think I can't really blame them, but I also don't think it's fair.
No, it's not. I think if anything, it just made your life 10 times harder, which
it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
had
did.
to. And that part of it, I go, that's wrong. That's wrong. Again, my problem is it shouldn't be a guy versus a girl thing, but again, it just has happened in the history of rock and roll.
That's why, you know, when like some guys are confused, they're like, why do women get all this attention now? Why? Blah, blah. I'm like, well, we didn't have before. We literally were paid less, like couldn't vote, like literally. That's there's a reason why this is here now. But mostly what I say is that like about Gibson does see something more in me than just a guitar player. Like
Thank you. And I'm glad you're bringing out that point. Exactly.
Yeah.
They wouldn't They wouldn't be behind you.
Yeah.
If they didn't think you didn't think you had the goods.
They support the songs. They support the music that I write. So they put out, you know, they promote me and they're doing a campaign on me. I'm one of their 18 Spotlight Artists of the Year.
Nice.
And everyone on the Spotlight makes music. And I think that that's important. So I'm one of their, you know, I'm like their youngest female songwriter that's like with them right now. And a lot of people are like, you're Gibson guitar, like you're not that good. I'm like, well, first of all, I am a good guitar player. Second of all, I am not just a guitar player. Like I am so much more than that.
Absolutely. And that's the main reason why I will tell everybody. And by the way, Chris, as you go into the photos, there is that go up, stop, hit. Thank you.
Yeah.
Skin is the name of the EP that is coming out the end of the month, March 29th. I've got that written down. And there's a lot of platforms you can get that at. And that's where you're going to scroll down 3 from there to one more and hit that. So this way I can tell everybody you could get the pre-sales through Apple Music, through Amazon, through Spotify, even through YouTube. So it's all there for you. You're going to enjoy the music. We'll do one more video from Devon when we wrap up on this. It's up time for random shots. I could use a drink, so don't mind me. I don't think your manager minister mentioned this, but this is the part where I literally have been a stalker on your social media, so please forgive me. And
That's okay.
and based on what I've been able to learn, I formulated a few questions. So thank you again for coming on, by the way. Cheers.
Yes, cheers. That looks good.
It's
Okay.
No, it's not bad. I should explain. This is what they had in the studio. I've been wanting to try the dough ball bourbon, or excuse me. Yeah, the dough ball whiskey. Thank you. Yeah.
Whiskey.
Yes, it's definitely whiskey. And I'm like going, it goes down smooth, but then you just get this hit of cookie dough and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
The whiskey itself is actually really nice. It's too much cookie dough, believe it or not.
That's funny.
All right. Random shots with Devon Thompson. Okay. I know you are very involved in social media, but if you had to get rid of one platform of social media, if you had to choose between Pinterest and TikTok, which one do you get rid of?
Oh, I would get rid of Pinterest. I love Pinterest because I love to make mood boards on them. But I do not use it as much. I love TikTok. I think it's so funny. I see the best stuff on there, and I get to promote my music, so definitely Pinterest.
Yeah. What is it about TikTok in the sense that I've seen so many unsigned artists develop such bigger followings, and you start to see your YouTube numbers go up and everything else is going up, and it's proving the theory that a label does help, but you don't need a record label nowadays to have music out there and be successful and make a little bit of money on top of it.
What you need is good music and good marketing and a good heart, I think, and like the right formula. I think that that's the most important thing. You don't really need, like, a label can help, but like they are not going to make or break you. It's you. You're going to be the one who's going to do everything for yourself. So like that's the big thing. I think that for me, I have discovered so many things from TikTok, new places, new things, inspiration, ideas, all of that. I think it's a culture. There's you find different culture on there. I think it's like there's a lot. It's a lot to unpack, but I do think that it is equally awful and equally great.
It's a good way of putting it. Equally awful and equally great. I like that.
Yeah.
I noticed that you have a love for the harp. What is it about the harp that you love so much?
Where did I say that?
Apparently, I seen it pop up something in one of the interviews, something about the harp.
Oh my God. I don't even know where you heard it.
Definitely one of the I think LA articles that I dug up when I was Googling you. Yeah.
Okay, I was just thinking about wanting to put harpsichord on my song today, actually. I was just on a walk. I was like, I really want to do that. I think a harpsichord is so beautiful. I think it's Victorian. I think it's Gothic. I think it's air. I think it's beautiful. I think it's amazing. And I want it to be on my songs. I don't know what it is. It's angelic, and I need it. I need it in my songs. I just love it.
It's funny you talk about it being Gothic, because as somebody who grew up in the generation who watched the reruns of the Addams Family, that was the first time I saw a harp. So I automatically associate the harp with that, and do associate it as sort of a goth thing, without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
Random shots with Devon Thompson. Okay. I know you're a Johnny Marr fan. I didn't see that. Okay. Now, I'm a huge Johnny Marr fan, too. God bless the Smiths. How Soon Is Now. We know his guitar work. Yeah. But he's done so many other projects. I mean, I could rattle off Electronic, the Modest Mouse. I mean, it's hard to pinpoint what may have been the best outside project. But as a fan of Johnny Marr, is there something outside of the Smiths that you go, yes, that I loved?
God, like something that he did.
Yeah, whether it's solo, whether it's with Modest Mouse, or one of those side things that he's done, because he's done so many of them.
Did he write that Float On riff?
I believe he did.
That's why it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I think probably Modest Mouse has some of the most intricate guitar work.
I agree with that. Yeah.
yeah, like really, if you really like listen to their music, it's like it's insane. Like it's very weird, their music. But I do think that it's very reminiscent of him. So I do love Modest Mouse for that reason.
I think this is where the generation gap comes in a little bit because I'm a fan of Modest Mouse, but I go back to the early 90s when he did the side project with Bernard Sumner and doing the band Electronic and this song called Get the Message, which starts out with this brilliant acoustic guitar and the riff throughout the song. When you hear it, you're just like, that made the song. As great as the lyrics are and great as the groove is, it's that guitar work that Johnny did in it that makes that song so brilliant.
Yeah, he's a guitar riff and melody genius. Like he's like the best like melodic guitar writer I've ever come across.
In some levels, I would say, and maybe you would agree with this, underrated because he's more of a riff guy.
Once again, I'm not calling myself Johnny Marr, but I resonate with his guitar playing, and I would put myself on that pedestal more than other guitar playing because he's because he's not a shredder.
No, he's not.
But he is better than like all of them, in my opinion, because there's a rhythm, there's a feel, and there's beauty in what he plays. And you cannot achieve the same thing. Like, I know it's different, but a lot of it is kind of the same. Like, I don't know. My opinion, I think he's like the best guitar player.
Hey, look, I'm defending your point. I will say definitely underrated. And like you said, because he's not a shredder and he's creating a mood with his guitar.
Like a whole thing. Like, I really think that it's very special. The Smiths are very special. I think I actually have in one of my new songs, I have a part that I call the Smiths part because it sounds like it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And again, I wouldn't expect anybody so young to be so influenced by the Smiths at this stage of the game. So I think that's kind of cool because that's my groove. That is totally where I was when I started out in modern rock radio and discovering Morrissey, the Smiths, and all the other things that Johnny did. I can remember Thus, Love is Stronger Than Death is such a brilliant, just again, him and the acoustic guitar and what he brings to that dance is just amazing.
Yep. It's great.
Good stuff. Okay. I know you've done some covers on social media, but I'm gonna pose it this way. If you could choose one cover that you would want to record, maybe put on an album, what would you choose? I have a choice that you would, but I want to hear yours.
Probably Glory Box, I'd say, by Portishead. I think that would be the one I would record because I do it in my own way. Also, I do think that song is very reminiscent of like what I do.
That may be a better choice than what I thought, because again, you're right. You can recapture that and create your talent. And there's two theories about, in my opinion, when it comes to covers. Either you got to take it, redo it, and make it your own, or you stay more traditional. My thought was staying more traditional because I heard you do Mazzy Star's Fade Into You, and I just thought, she's nailed this. Even if it's just oh my God, you got that down.
That's a good one. I love that song. I only issue with that as a cover is everyone sounds the same singing it, in my opinion. Like, honestly, it's very hard to sound different, which is why I picked Glory Box because my acoustic shows are very different than my band-oriented shows.
It sounds like you like to be challenged too. And Portishead is not an easy band to cover, let's be honest.
No. Mazzy Star, that song, I could do that in my sleep. I could sing that song for 10 hours, but Glory Box is not an easy song to do.
That's why I say it. Now that you say that, I'm going, better choice by Devon. No question about that. I know your dark side, and I don't know if you follow television, so I'm going to put this out there as far as two very dark TV shows. If you were to gravitate toward one, Dexter or Bates Motel?
Dexter or I watched a little bit of is Dexter. That's where he. What does he do again? I know that show.
He's the serial killer from Miami.
Yeah. Okay. Probably. I don't know. Probably Bates Motel. It just reminds me of Hitchcock, and I love Alfred Hitchcock.
There you go. No, I was a huge fan of Dexter, so I was wondering maybe she's seen this. I don't know, but if you get a chance, you definitely got to get into it. At least binge it a little bit. I think you'll get wrapped up in it.
My friends really like it, and I do know he's the serial killer that hunts other serial killers, right?
You got it.
Yeah. Okay. Love that concept. I thought that was so cool. I don't know why I never finished watching it. It's so cool.
I honestly think that was one of those shows where if you found it, you became addicted. And if you were catching up, you were basically binging 30 episodes on a weekend.
Yeah. I should give it a go again because I love that concept. Is like very me. I love that concept.
Yeah, and that's why I had to bring that question up, because getting to know your personality a little bit, I figured this may be a fun question for Devon.
Yeah, I love that.
Good. One more that's kind of distinctively Los Angeles, and I apologize because it's cliche as hell. All right, In-N-Out Burger or Shake Shack?
In-N-Out Burger. Oh my god.
Okay. Wait a minute. My engineer just went, oh wow. Okay. Elaborate. Why? Because I only recently in the last year had a Shake Shack, and I thought it was really good. And I haven't had the In-N-Out. Please.
In-N-Out Burger is the best burger in the world. And the issue is people come to California and then they eat the In-N-Out after hearing so much hype. And they're like, it's not that good. I understand that. But I grew up eating that.
Right.
And I go to other places. Nothing's as good as that. I will say Five Guys has a really good burger.
That's my jam.
Five Guys is ridiculously expensive. I think it's stupid.
It's funny because I'll share this with you. I read an article that was kind of elaborating on what, and it was Andrew Zimmer of all people, who did a show on the Food Network, which strange. I forget the name of the show, but he was the one that did all the strange foods. You would go around the world and try some of the weirdest things ever.
Right.
But he was elaborating on why the money and the prices keep going up. On that level, I get it, but yeah, unfortunately for me, to have a Five Guys burger, it's like maybe once every 3 months because I can't afford it.
It's ridiculous, but In-N-Out is a burger and fries is like $6.
Oh,
I think it's so cheap compared to everything else, and the ingredients are fresh. The burger always tastes good, and I don't know what they put in it. It's literally so good. I'll eat there 3 days in a row.
Wow.
If it happens. I don't get tired of it. I stay away from Chick-fil-A and like Raising Cane's because like it's processed like crazy. But In-N-Out is pretty fresh. That's the thing. It's not bad for you that much. You know.
Right. I mean, look, we all should eat meat in moderation anyhow, but you know.
Yeah.
Let me remind everybody one more time. March 29th is when Skin, the new EP from Devon Thompson, will be coming out. Get it on your platforms. It's going to be available on all the places where you normally get your music, whether it be Spotify, Apple Music, or Amazon Music. Go get it. You won't be disappointed. My thanks to Christopher, the minister. And even though he's not in this photo, there's a photo with my logo on there. And right there. Thank you, Chris. And this way I can go, hey, Jimmy Steele, you've been on my podcast. Thank you very much. And the things I find on social media. What can I say?
That's so funny.
Hey, look, if it weren't, and I say this in all honesty, I'm glad Chris tipped me off on you, because when I first heard So Close, I'm like going, oh, this girl's got it.
My God, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. That's why I'm glad you spent the time with me. Sorry about some of the technical difficulties we had, but we got it right. I appreciate that. By the way, if you are around Austin, Texas, South by Southwest is one of the premier festivals for music. Devon will be out there. You're playing on the 16th of this month, so.
I don't know where you got that information, because I will not be there this year, actually.
Really? Okay, I apologize then.
That's okay. I was there last year, so.
That could have been my mistake, so I apologize.
Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff going on here this year, so I can't make it.
Okay.
But the 29th, so the 28th, I'm playing a private show at the Gibson showroom, which I'm doing like a little kind of like private like invite thing.
Very nice. Touring East Coast hopefully later this year.
I hope so. I really hope so. We're hoping. I want to spread the word. Hopefully I can get a good opening spot on a good tour, and I can, spread the Devon word.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed. I look forward to that, because I still haven't seen you live. That's got to be my next mission.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll be over on the East Coast. I will.
Good. Look forward to it. Devon, thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
As I get ready to wrap up here, I want to give you one more sample of the new EP that comes out on the 29th. This is the latest single from her. I love you, but it hurts like hell. Get up on the screen, and it's here on the A-Game. Thanks for watching.
things. I love you and it hurts like hell. No, you didn't mean it, but I can't just forget it. I love you and it hurts like hell. Sorry, I've gone now. I know you never raised me, and I didn't forget that. I'm gone now, if you couldn't tell. Checking if I'm okay from all that you have done. I love you and I'm overwhelmed. I wish you well. Too much damage to be felt. Forget, it's still regret. Long as I am okay, long as I have gone away. I don't wanna blame you. Maybe it's too late. I'm sorry, guess I couldn't tell. I wish you well. Too much damage to be felt. Forget, it's still regret. Long as I